So what is the solution to get these externalities to be taken into account?
Well, externalities generally exist because corporations have a legal objective, and that is to make money. You can't blame a corporation for trying to make money. I mean, you can criticize it for how it does it, but if a corporation acts within the bounds of the law, it exists as an entity with that as its purpose. So you can't say, hey, stop trying to make money, because the response is, well, I'm a corporation, that's what I do, I make money. When the law allows a corporation to externalize its costs, the corporation will do so. And you cannot blame the corporation for doing that. You can't say, bad corporation, you externalized a bunch of costs, don't ever do that again, because it's completely legal. Now, if they're doing something that's illegal, if they're dumping toxic waste in the desert or in a lagoon, that's illegal. But what we're talking about here is legal externalization of costs. Why is it legal? It's legal because at the state and federal level, our lawmakers for decades have enacted laws that protect the factory farms and the animal agricultural industry in this country. I talked about many of these in my presentation today, but there are things like ag laws, cheeseburger laws, food defamation laws, customary farming exemptions, animal and ecological terrorism laws. These are laws that in the aggregate number in the hundreds. And what they allow corporations to do is to legally externalize their costs. So, if we want to stop corporations from externalizing their costs, we have to change the laws that allow them to do that. There's no other way to do it other than to change the basic structure of capitalism and say, look, we're done with this capitalism thing. There's going to be no more corporations and no one's going to be able to make money. That's not going to happen in this country. But we can certainly address the laws that allow corporations to do these things.
Yeah, that's been the battle, and actually corporations never sleep in doing what they can do to subvert the legal process. I don't know how many of you are aware of the TPP, right? The Trans-Pacific Partnership. Michelle was talking about trumping, how national laws can, if you pass something on the local, they'll try to pass something on the state to trump the local law, or they'll try to pass something on the national level to trump the state law. Well, now we have the TPP, which basically trumps all nations' laws. And it's a secret bill. I don't have to explain it. I don't think you know what it is. It's a secret trade agreement that the senators are not even allowed to speak about it, and we're not allowed to know what it is. But they're supposed to. Obama has said, we have to fast track this and pass this, and it sets up basically an international judiciary that is appointed by a committee of corporations. And they can they can make their own regulations that completely make null and void any national, state, or local regulations protecting animals or environment or workers or societies or anything. They can say that's an interference of commerce, and you can't do that. Like GATT, very similar to GATT. This is the situation we're having, and I write about it in the World Peace Diet. Essentially, corporations are a manifestation of animal agriculture. We have to understand the mentality of underlying animal agriculture is entitlement. It's we are superior, we are entitled, and we are going to not take responsibility for the results of our actions. We do not have to take responsibility because we are entitled. And so it was only a matter of time before, as the thousands of years went by of animal agriculture, that we had the arising of power blocks that would create legal structures to absolve themselves of responsibility and create themselves as legal persons. I mean, we're trying right now, as you're probably aware, to try to get chimpanzees to get legal personhood. So they'll be seen as beings who are deserving of having their rights protected. You can't just put them in a wire cage because you want to, that they have rights. And as Stephen Wise has argued, he's a great lawyer working on this. And corporations have legal rights. They can sue. They're literally beings, and yet non-human animals who obviously can really suffer have not been given those rights. So again, this is all a manifestation of animal agriculture, and I think again, what we need is a massive change. I mean, we need to have much bigger change than what we're talking about here, and I think it is going to happen, because we can't continue on this path of allowing this kind of a system to exist. And the foundation of that is us at a grassroots level going vegan. Because if you don't go vegan, then what? I mean, we're just part of that system, essentially. So.